Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday live stream here at the Rocky Mountain Raptor program. So excited to have you all here joining us today. My name is Jessica Miller. I am the Education and Outreach Coordinator here with the RMRP, which means my job is to talk to people about raptors. And fortunately, it's something I really enjoy doing. Today's kind of a special day. I just recently realized that it has been 10 years that I have been with the Raptor program. And I started as a volunteer, and I came in knowing literally nothing whatsoever about raptors other than they were really cool and I wanted to learn more. So over the last 10 years, I've been able to learn an amazing amount of wonderful things about raptors. And today I wanted to share with you my 5 favorite fun facts about raptors. These are things that you can, pretend like you're a great bird nerd and show off your wonderful bird knowledge to your friends. Helping me out today, I do have a special guest, one of our educational ambassadors, to help us learn and explore a little bit more about these fun 5 facts. Introduce you to him. I think it's a him. It's probably a him. Could be a her. Not entirely sure. This is an eastern screech owl. This beautiful bird came into us just last summer as a hatch-year bird, just a couple of weeks old. Somehow or other, we're not entirely sure what happened, but this bird had gotten some kind of impact trauma and broken its lower beak, its lower jaw. Maybe hit by a car. That happens a lot to raptors, so that's a likely thing, but we weren't there to see it, so we're not entirely sure what happened. But unfortunately, when that lower jaw got broken, it causes his beak to grow in crooked. So the lower beak kind of juts out to the side and doesn't grow in the way that it would need to. And because of that, over time, as it grows, it gets too long. The bird can't open its beak. And of course, then it wouldn't be able to eat and it wouldn't be able to survive. And so that bird was deemed non-releasable. We do have to help maintain and file that beak down to keep it from overgrowing. But he has turned out to be a wonderful ambassador, adjusting to life in human care exceptionally well. So still a young bird and is also our newest ambassador. So I'm very pleased to get to share him with all of you today. Now, there's so much wonderful knowledge about raptors in the world. And as I said, I was going to share my 5 favoritist facts about raptors. So, fun fact number 1. Today's raptors are modern day dinosaurs. In my job, I get to go to a lot of schools and talk to elementary students about raptors, which I love to do and I can't wait to get back to. And every time I go in, I always ask the kids if they can tell me the name of a species of raptor that they might know. And invariably, there's always that one kid that goes, Velociraptor! And, well, that kid's not wrong. Based on the scientific knowledge that we have today, and remember that science and the knowledge that it brings continues to grow and evolve. But based on what we know today, we understand that the modern day birds descended from dinosaurs. Now, not the Velociraptor. It has that name, but that name doesn't really connect with raptors as we know them. It was actually a group of dinosaurs called the theropods, which included the tyrannosaurs. So, Tyrannosaurus rex? Can you imagine a little bird like the screech owl? Let's look at him again. And a Tyrannosaurus rex? But that's how research has brought our understanding to be. I mean, how crazy is that? These little amazing variety of birds used to be dinosaurs. Fun fact number 2. Raptors can turn their heads around 260 degrees, or about 3/4 of a circle. Owls are actually best known for doing this, but actually all raptors can do it. Owls like to track movement, and so they demonstrate it more, they show it more often because they're more willing to rotate their heads if they're just out in the world. But really, all raptors have the ability to do this. I could get into it. It's a lengthy explanation as to how or why, but it has to do with a combination of their eyes being fixed in their head, their ears being unequally set on the head, and having a higher number of vertebrae in their neck than humans do, twice as many as you or I, that allow them to rotate their head so far around. And this comes in handy when dealing with camouflage or wanting to see if something behind you might be a threat. There's a lot of reasons for safety and for hunting that this skill comes into use. But owls are well known for it. However, everybody can do it. Now, I see in our chat here, Noah asked a question about abnormal beak growth affecting other aspects such as flight. It's a great question. No, it doesn't. He is fully flighted. His flight ability is excellent, but the beak would overgrow over time to such a way that he would not be able to eat. And then, of course, he would starve to death. And so that's why he's non-releasable. Everything else about him is just in tip-top shape. So he's a really great bird, and there's a lot of potential for wonderful enrichment and activities that we'll get to do with him over the years. All right. Fun fact number 3. The word raptor. It's a Latin word, rapere, which means to seize. This is what truly defines a raptor. It's their feet. Now, if you can look at him, you can see, of course, that his handler off screen there is one of our wonderful volunteers. She's wearing a leather glove. That's to protect her hand against the feet because that is the weapon. I've got a pair of eagle feet here. I'm going to bring up, give you a chance to see a little bit closer. Look at those talons. Look at those monstrous feet. These came off of a golden eagle. So pretty decent size here, but these feet, this is what raptors use to hunt. They grab and they squeeze, and it's that grabbing, squeezing combination that make raptors into such the formidable hunters. And so that Latin word, to seize, that's referring to their feet, and that feet is what defines a raptor and separates them apart from all of the other birds in the world. Fun fact number 4. Some small raptors, the smaller, more energetic, more high metabolism, high strung birds will need to eat as much as half of their body weight daily in order to simply maintain their weight. So that would mean if I were to need that kind of calorie intake, I would need to eat 75 pounds of food a day. I only need to eat 1 pound of food. Can you imagine how much food that is just to maintain weight? If they needed to put on weight, they have to eat even more. What a crazy amount of food that they have to eat just to survive. Now, this isn't all raptors. This is some of them, and it just depends on the species. But how wild is that, right? I see we have another question here on our chat. Brianna's asking, all raptors with such squeezing, gripping feet, are they related to each other, or are there non-raptors with similar feet structure? That is an interesting question. It's a complex answer. It gets into genetics and it gets into classification of species. It's really complicated, and I do look forward to doing another live stream specifically on that topic. But let me give you the short answer. Yes and no. To be a raptor, the bird has to have locking, gripping, squeezing feet, but not necessarily New World vultures, so those vultures that live in North Central South America. They are considered to be raptors, but they lack those strong gripping feet, and it's it's a case of convergent evolution. They behave the same, even though they didn't evolve the same way. And since a lot of classifications are done based on characteristics, it also depends on which scientist you're talking to and how you're classifying your animal as to what answer you're going to get. That is actually a pretty complicated subject. So stay tuned. We will get to that and we will do a live stream. I'm going to make a note of it here, and Brianna will put one together. So if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get notifications and we'll get to that topic and fill you in on it because that's an interesting thing. All right. Fun fact number 5. A raptor is the fastest animal in the world. And some of you may already know this. This is the peregrine falcon. I have pulled up a video off of YouTube that we're going to run for you. This explains some wonderful stuff. I can't get over how amazing peregrine falcons are. If you get a chance to go onto YouTube and just search for some of these videos, they can get really in-depth there. Blows my mind. For comparison's sake, I know that was in kilometers per hour. We'll convert that. It's about 240 to 250 miles per hour. It's ridiculous. So there you have it. Those are my 5 favoriteest facts about raptors. Remember to subscribe to our channel so that you can get updates and notifications whenever we post new videos, when we're going live, which is every Wednesday afternoon at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Leave a comment below. Let me know what is your favorite fun fact about raptors. It could be one of my 5, one you know on your own, or perhaps just what is your favorite raptor. And remember that we have coming up in just a couple of weeks here on February 20th, we are holding our annual gala and benefit. It's going to be virtual this year. Thank you, COVID. So it's our first virtual one. You are all invited. It's a free event here on YouTube, but you do need to register for it. So you can see scrolling across right there. biddingforgood.com/RMRP is where you can go to register. There's a bunch of stuff up for bid already, so you can take a look, start bidding on things. We'll have more coming out throughout the month. And then on the evening of the 20th, we will be live right here on YouTube. We'll have some ambassadors for you to meet. We'll talk about the things that we accomplished in 2020. Lots of great fun stuff, so feel free to join us for that. And then we have, I'm getting a pause signal. We're good. Oh, we have another question popping in. So thank you to my tech person back behind the camera. Murray's asking, a technique used to reach the speed, 250 miles an hour? Or is it aerodynamics and gravity? Again, that's a great question. So yes, there is a technique that falcons, in particular the peregrine falcon, uses to reach that speed. It's a combination of aerodynamics and gravity, but also this great maneuver that they do. So if you have, for example, peregrine falcon, and then you've got its prey, and they're both flying in the same direction, the peregrine will actually stoop up, and it does this fantastic backwards, it like does a backwards dive and flip. And so it's like a corkscrew twist, and they make a gentle corkscrew motion as they dive down, which helps generate the speed. And then they also kind of tuck their wings in into kind of a half extended position, which increases the aerodynamics. Again, I know there are some amazing videos on YouTube about this, and this is another topic that is on my list. I did some brainstorming today. We've got some wonderful topics coming up, but we can dive into that and get into more detail about how exactly peregrines do that. So again, stay tuned. We'll get that out for you. In the meantime, thanks everybody for joining me today. I enjoyed sharing my 5 favorite facts about raptors. I look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday, and hopefully at our very Vulture virtual gala on February 20th. Have a wonderful afternoon.